Hi, thanks for joining me. This is Angie at angiejuda.com. This is the third video for the Lulu Roses quilt along. And this video we're going to start with placing our rectangle to our square, and we're going to sew those with a 1/4 inch seam. So what I'm going to do is just take the top one here, turn it over. So I'm going to place my rectangles to the left or to the right and my squares to the left. And then I'm just going to place my first one here on the sewing machine, and I'm going to be doing some chain stitching or chain piecing or chain sewing, whatever you prefer to call it. So I'm going to place it here on my sewing machine. Again, I'm going to sew with a 1/4 inch seam. Just make sure I've got it straight. Now I'm going to remove this first one so that I can show it to you, but then after that I'm going to keep them all on one long strip, okay? So that's what it's going to look like. See? Okay, so let's do another one. I want to make sure that I've kept my grain of fabric in the right direction. Turn this over. I'm going to show you 2 more of these so that I can show you how I chain sew them. I can tell this one moved over just a tad. Okay, I'm going to bring up the next one. Make sure I've got them nice and lined up. Now I am going to remove this from the sewing machine because I'm going to show you the next step. This video is going to be a short video because, to be honest, you have a lot to get done. So I'm just going to place this next one here. And let's see. Now I will tell you, don't pull your jelly roll because the grain of the fabric of that one is not like it is on the squares. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and remove this because I'm going to show you the next step. So here we would separate these, and then we're going to press this to the dark side, okay? I'm going to put those out of the way for just a second, and I'm going to pick up my jelly roll strips because I'm showing you just the sewing right now. So we've got 20 strips here that we were saving for our sashing. So while you're at the sewing machine, go ahead and sew 2 of these together. And so you're going to take 20 strips and you're going to end up having 10 long strips. So I'm going to take 2. Now remember, in one of our earlier videos, and maybe I didn't show you that, and I should have, so I'm going to rewind for just a second. On your 20 strips, cut your salvage off, okay? That's this piece right here. So I'm going to pause the camera for just a second, and I'm going to cut those off so that I can show you sewing them together, okay? Okay, so I've got my 2 jelly roll strips. I've just removed the salvage on the end. And what I'm going to do is attach them, placing the right sides together. And just sew with a 1/4 inch seam. I'm just going to place it here. Okay, I'm going to show you that. And then I'm also going to press that, okay? I'm just going to press it open. So if you can see, this is one really long strip, and this is going to be our sashing for both sides, the bottom and the top, and in between each row. So I will continue sewing, and then I will show you pressing the seams, okay? Okay, so I am back. I have sewn all of my rectangle pieces to my squares, and I'm going to show you what to do next. So I'm going to separate them. So I'm just going to snip the threads. And then the last one. Okay, so now we've got all of these ready. and what we're going to do is press those. But first, I'm going to backtrack for just a second because I want to make sure that everybody does the right thing. Before you sew your sashing pieces together, you have to trim the selvage, and I did that behind the scenes a couple minutes ago, but I actually want to make sure that I show all of these steps because we do have beginner quilters, sewers with us. So here's what I do. I take one jelly roll strip at a time. You can take more than one. I don't, because you can mess up a whole lot easier. What I'm going to do is place it here on my little cutting mat. And I've got my little ruler here. I'm going to take my cutter and just trim that selvage off. Okay, so then you're going to do that on all of these, all 20 of those, and then sew 2 of them together. And I've already showed you that in the video, so I just wanted to backtrack for just a second and show you how to trim those. Now I'm going to close these back up because, like I said, anything could happen between now and when I'm going to complete this. So I'm just going to get it out of my way and label it so that I don't accidentally cut into it or grab it for some other project. Okay, now I'm going to get my ironing board out. Okay, so I've got my squares here that I want to press the seam. So I'm going to flip it over, give it a little steam, and then I'm going to flip this over, and by doing that, that's going to press that to the dark side. See, if I flip it over, you can see that it's going in the direction of the dark side. So I'm going to do that one more time, or maybe 2 more. So I'm just going to press the seam, set the seam, I should say. Sometimes this terminology can get the best of me, especially when I get a little tongue-tied. And then flip that over. Now don't be alarmed. See how this is longer than this? We are going to square up our blocks before we start sewing our rows together, okay? So any area that is short or over, we will fix that. Okay. See? I'm going to show you one more, and then I'm going to stop. And I'm actually going to stop this video because I think that you have quite a bit to do now. Okay, one more. So set the seam, then turn it over and flip it. And by doing that, it automatically puts the puts that on the dark side. Okay. Anyway, so between now and the next video, you have quite a bit to do. Sewing this to this, ironing, and then your sashing, sewing those together. Okay, if you need anything, let me know. And don't forget to join our Chicken Scratch Quilt Along Facebook group if you want to participate. Have a great day. Thanks a lot. Bye.